It's finals day, and wow, there's been a lot going on here. Tough action all day. We've seen some upsets. We've seen some comebacks. And so it's really been a fun tournament as a spectator. And the crowd here has been really, really good. I love being here with the crowd around the arena.
Crowd's been great. Absolutely, the whole event.
But it's going to be all business for these two guys here. Have you got a chance to see Joe Pricne play a little bit?
That's the first ball I've ever seen him hit, so hopefully I learned something here.
Well,
I always learn something watching Chris.
Yeah. He beat Mike Banks Jr., I believe, 7-3, and then won his quarterfinal match 7-0. He beats out Brandon McLeod on the TV table here just a little while ago, and I believe it was also 7-3, and really made very few mistakes. So it's been a run for him, and it's his first time over here. He's ecstatic to be in the finals. Of course, Chris Melling is no stranger to a finals matchup, and he's no stranger to this arena. So his ability to be comfortable here is going to be top notch. And this is a pretty good run here for Joe. I don't know what my next ball is, but I don't think I see any issues. The 8-ball does go in the bottom right, correct?
Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, that was all right.
I think he came out okay there. You think it plays, or do you think maybe you just play it on the side?
If it goes in the corner where the 2 was, he'll play 6-2, then 4 to get on the 8. He wants to be about center table, but I'm not. It looks like he'll be able to make it in that bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, and the way he's played it,
Uh-oh.
other than getting a little close to the 8, had he gotten shape, that was definitely the play. But he's going to have to change it up here. Now I think the play is trying to get as straight as possible on the 2, so you can just back it up for the side. It's a very difficult shot.
This is tough. This is really tough. Yeah, he's going to try to go 2 rails here and actually bump the 8.
He definitely wants to make sure that he bumps the 8 and not anything else. That's a great shot.
What is this guy?
If that gives you any inclination as to how well he hits the ball, that's a good starter right there. Played it nice and soft. It's got a nice touch there. A little bit of angle, but the way he's cueing the ball, I don't think he'll have an issue making this one. Yeah, that's a great finish.
Very nice.
Yeah, 1-0. This is a race to 8. We're still using the 50-minute match timer. So, wants to add Kansas City Open champion to that list of accolades. And Chris has gone back and forth with his success on the break here today. He's had a good match where he broke great and there were no issues. And then he went hill with Justin Bergman, where over and over again he had issues on the break early and found it later. So, I mean, it's really been kind of up and down for Chris on the break.
Oh, he loves that 1 ball cleared out right there. That could have been bad.
Yeah, that was a good play, and it cleared out perfectly because it didn't roll too far into the line of the 11.
Yeah, Chris just told me before he went out, he goes, "Hey, take it easy on me in comms, right?" He said, "I will get you back if you start talking smack."
Well, me and Chris sat in here the other day, and we kind of jibber-jabbered back and forth. Chris is such a nice guy, and he's very humble. He's a funny guy. Loves to crack a joke, doesn't he?
I don't think he wanted to bump the 14 there. I think he wanted to screw above it. I think he had a little bit of a decel there and just mishit it. Because I think he wanted to play the 11, then the 14, 15, 9. So he's not going to be happy with that.
So it looks a little funny to me. The 14 has no problem passing the 3 ball.
You think it goes?
Well, that's kind of what I'm asking you.
Okay.
It looks tight to me. On one camera, it looks like it goes good. Another, it looks like it's tight. I mean,
He doesn't look too concerned, actually.
it must go clean then.
Okay, I didn't think it went.
I'd be scared of the bump because the pockets are tightening up a little bit.
This is tough, though, with the way the 3 ended up.
Yeah, he wanted to be able to play off the top rail to get back down to the 9, but see what he does.
Between the 5, 6, I think. Yeah, good shot.
Well, that's a great call, Tyler, and 9 ball down. Years ago, I watched a tournament on YouTube that was 8 ball, and I believe the finals was Dennis Orcolo, and I can't remember who the other player was, but it was the perfect set.
There was one mistake from, I think, Carlo, and Shane beat him Hill or 11-9, something like that, playing big table 8 ball.
Yeah, I know you can play all games well, but being not quite the player you are, I really enjoy watching high-level 8 ball because it can be so tactical, even though most of the time it's a run-out game.
Mm-hmm.
But especially on the bar table, it can be so tactical to watch. It's almost like watching 2 really good players play chess if you're knowledgeable on chess.
Yeah.
Somebody who's not as knowledgeable about 8 ball pool may look at this and be confused. But yeah, high level 8 ball on a bar box is one of my favorite games to watch.
I think what the amateurs are going to like about the 8 on the spot once they start really playing these matches and going to nationals and stuff like that is the layouts are a lot better. When the 1's on the spot and you get 2 bad breakers, the match can last forever. There's no run-outs. It's kind of boring, right?
Yeah.
Where when you rack the 8 on the spot, the tables are more friendly for the amateur that maybe doesn't have as good a shot making as they want to or cue ball control. The table does. I mean, look at this table, right? You got the 9 and the 13 tied up, but besides that, there was nothing wrong. Look at Chris's last rack.
Yeah.
Wide open, right? So I think the players are going to enjoy playing more. The match clock also makes it super interesting. So I only see good things coming from Ultimate Pool in the USA.
Yeah, and things have kind of started off with a bang. What was your first reaction seeing the first prize announcement for Grand Finals?
It's going to be pretty sweet. I think...
you trying to join a league team?
Oh, boy.
I mean, the payouts are unmatched across the board. I mean, there's pro tournaments that don't pay that much.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when you break it down to 8 players on a team, you're looking at around 17,000, 16,000 per person.
Yeah. How strong is that? How strong is that?
It's mind-boggling is what it is.
Well, and listen, the amount of money that's generated through leagues, they should give back, right? And that's why this is going to take off so fast. Maybe the first year it might be a hair slow, but as soon as you see these people cash in their checks, year 2 and year 3 are going to go absolutely bananas.
Well,
they're going to go bananas.
But the nice thing about this is, of course, you know them, Adam Williams. People I'm listening may not know who he is, but he's not a great one, but he's a pool player.
Absolutely.
Jeremy.
I've actually seen him hit a couple balls in Vegas. He actually has a pretty straight stroke.
Oh, he plays real good. He plays it off a little bit. I'm going to bust his action here, but Jeremy Hundley plays very well. If you really want to go that far, I do commentary and a little bit of this, but I love pool and I play all the time. Everybody involved with Ultimate Pool USA is a pool player. So when things come up and you have a question about, how are the pool players going to react to it? You don't have to go far to get that answer. We're not going through a board of directors who's never touched a pool table. We are for the players, and that is the big difference.
Yeah.
And you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, it's going to be a no-brainer.
I'm sure you're going to be there, yeah? Make the trip out to the grand finals? Maybe we'll do the comms
it's
for
in
the...
2025, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea what my schedule is going to be like.
You're going to be there. Don't worry about it.
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
We'll go to the Golden Steer.
I've heard great things.
You never been there?
I haven't been there yet, no.
What are you doing?
No.
You've hung around with Shane enough that you surely should have been there.
Shane likes Morton's. He likes Morton's.
Oh, yeah.
He likes the Cajun ribeye.
I guess Brett took us to Morton's. Golden Steer is good. It's phenomenal.
Jason Weir told me really good things. Really good things about that place.
Trying to think of the place that we went to with John Mars. I can't remember the name of the place, but it was really good too. A young lady from my area, her name is Brittany Williams, and I cannot remember the name of her opponent, but they had a six-ball shootout in the arena, and those are the only 3 in Ultimate Pool USA history. So I think, what was Shane's time? I think you hold the fastest time in Ultimate Pool USA history.
What do you expect? I got super lucky. I hit the break perfect. I'd never done one before. Like, I did a practice one in Vegas, but I thought Cleve was going to beat me for sure just because of his experience. But
I'm
out a good one.
I'm gonna get with you on that because I was bored at home one night and I did an analysis on your 6-ball shootout.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see it in my head, every little thing of it.
The break was perfect. Yeah.
The break was perfect. I do think you played one shot not wrong, but I think you could have shaved off a lot of time.
I guarantee I played 1 wrong, or 2 wrong, or 3 wrong. You have to find as many stop shots in a row as you can, right?
That's the name of it.
If the cue ball is moving, you can't shoot. So it's I guarantee I could have shot them in a different order.
And that's kind of what I alluded to in my video that I did just for myself. Really, is you don't have time to think about what you're gonna do because you just don't have time.
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds on the shot clock when you're in the arena, it feels like a long time. 30 seconds when you're doing a 6-ball shootout feels like it's about 10. I mean, it's wild.
Yeah, it definitely feels like you clear up faster than what the time tells you, because you're running around the table. You're trying to, it's different feeling for sure. It's a feeling I've never had playing pool before.
Yeah, they did the challenge matches over here. Our social media table, our TikTok table, had Aiden Mevlett doing the minigame, Kansas City minigame championship.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing a 15-ball shootout.
Okay.
And I think Joe Pricne and another local guy were in the finals. And I think the winning time was 1 minute and 3 seconds.
That's pretty strong.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
They'll post all the winners from the minigame competition on the Facebook page. They also get a nice little treat. So if we do end up in your area playing an Ultimate Pool USA tournament, make sure you check out Aiden Mevlett's TikTok table, because there's some cool little games they do over there. And meanwhile, once again, a flawless rack between Joe and Chris here. And they haven't even started the season yet.
So he's super sharp right now.
Oh, he's definitely super sharp, and he's moving into the Shark Tank, and this is this is like the best prep he could possibly have, I think.
Yeah, of course. Just getting on the TV table some more and just being used to everything. It's gonna be good for him.
And on the off chance that he does continue to break and run his racks, man, it's gonna be great. What happened here?
I think he was just asking the referee something.
So I think he's shooting the 3 into the side.
Yeah, definitely. Good shot.
And no foul called, so it must have been a good hit.
I don't know if obviously the 2-5 combo goes, but can he control the 2 without it going too close to that 15?
I don't.
Like right now I see that I feel like he could shoot a stop shot on the 7 and then play the 2-5 combination and kind of keep the cue ball over by the 15 as well. Ah, okay. Oh my goodness.
The first big, and that was big.
I didn't know he could make the 2 ball in the upper left corner. Okay.
He must have been able to. I was looking at this at.
No. From this camera angle, yeah, definitely he can make it.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
He was focusing on hitting the 9 with the cue ball and just missed the 1. That was huge because that was Chris's first drive break. He's not really left with much though. He's gonna have to thin the 9. He's gonna have to hit this pretty hard.
And this is just a case of maybe just bad karma for Joe. Wonder if he tipped his weight just recently because he really missed that ball bad.
Oh, he's cutting it. Oh, okay. Just poke it in, Chris. Just poke it in. Look at the 8 tie up. I think he's good.
Well, we went from flawless racks to a strange one here. The 12 doesn't go into the corner. Obviously, neither does the 13. The 13 could go in the side, but I don't think he'll ever have to worry about it if he can get the breakout from the 11.
I think I don't know if he has enough angle to really. I mean, he can do like a stun follow, but he's gonna want to hit the 6 on our right-hand side on this shot. Oh, okay, never mind.
Just gonna play the 13 in the.
What I didn't like
corner.
about this though is if you get straight, you can't really bump the 12. You had to get the cue ball up a little bit more to have an angle. So.
And not only that, but if he bumps this ball, it could put his cue ball in a weird position.
Oh, he might be able to play the 12 on the side as well. Ah, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that
very nice.
That was strong.
Yeah.
Now, what's going to happen with his cue ball here? Because he's going to run into the 6.
He's going to hit it hard enough to go towards the side, but not hard enough to actually scratch.
Okay.
There you go.
Perfect call.
So, like, if I'm playing that shot, I'm just playing it. Don't hit it hard enough to hit the cushion. Now, he hit the cushion, but the line wasn't to the point where he was going to scratch anyways. But I try to make sure I hit it soft enough where I get through the 6, but I still don't let the cue ball touch that long rail.
That was a really good call because that's a tough shot to see from here.
Yeah, here he's going to just have to roll through and play off the left edge of the 1. Ooh, he didn't hit it. He wanted to hit it. We might see a Chris Melling special here.
I almost feel like the safety battle is there. I
don't think he can kick towards the 5.
Yeah, no.
Okay, he can. So I bet he's 50-50. Yeah, he's 50-50 to get out here because he'll have a shot in the 8 in the lower right corner. Make the 15.
Oh man. But
He's going to be sick about that because if he would have rubbed the 1 just a little bit, he'd been straight on the 15. He'll be sick about that one.
I think he came out somewhat okay here because it's close to the rail, and the only real feasible shot is the 1 ball, and
I think
there's
Joe's
still
out.
some work to do.
I think Joe's out.
Think so?
9 out of 10 here. Yeah, definitely. Because now you can play the 2-5 combo at speed and just let the 2 ball go 2 rails out of that corner. So here, I mean, I'm assuming he's going to play the 2-5 combination, but he's going to play it hard enough to where the 2 ball hits the rail and comes back down table. Where before, when the table wasn't open like this, if you play a combination firm, then balls can tie up and it's not good. So here he's going to hit it hard enough so the 2 ball goes down like by the 4. Good shot. Now he just wants a little bit of a roll, which he's not really. He can play the 4 up in the corner. He's fine. But besides freezing on the 6, I think that was kind of like the worst spot he could have been.
Yeah, we've seen some good racks, and this one's been just a little funny.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out what he wants to do with the 7. Because the 2-ball doesn't let him play it in the lower right, so he can make the 4, but he can't follow up for the 7. So
he's going to play that pretty well. Does the 7 go in the top left?
the overhead, it's close.
And even if it doesn't, it's a really big pocket with where the 15 is. That's what he decided to do.
He's definitely taking his time. See, if every rack was like this, you know the match clock is going to come into play.
Oh,
but
yeah.
There'll only be maybe 3 of these in the whole set, so we're at just under 31 minutes right now after the 6th game. So,
especially with that extra game on.
yeah.
So there's always potential for it, but
Looks like he's going to play the 7 in the same corner as the 6. Really good cue ball.
I tell you what, it looked like it was going to come up short, but clearly his speed is top notch.
The bed of this table is extremely fast. Extremely fast. Uh-oh.
Was that a little bit of maybe a skid there?
No, he just wanted to stun it a little bit more to push the 8 towards the side of the corner, and he just hit it a little bit too soft. If you lower your tip position a little bit and hit it just a pinch firmer, you kind of get the cue ball to jerk over towards the 8. So
the rotation had already stopped and went forward. Yeah.
Oh
no!
I think that was a skid. If we can get it, do we get replays on here or no?
Yeah, I mean these guys are usually pretty good about it.
Okay.
Top-notch team, and when they get an opportunity, I'm sure we'll be able to see that one again, because although it was a difficult shot, and
I
it always seems
I just saw the number spin.
Yeah, it always seems to be the difficult shots when those skids happen. But yeah, it is very possible.
Yeah, I don't know if he's doing that. I mean, he seems like too good of a cueist to me to be doing that on purpose. He's spinning his cue ball 3 rails every break.
I think he's trying a desired effect, and sometimes he gets it and sometimes he doesn't, because in the prior match...
I mean, he's done it 3 times in a row now, where
Yeah.
the cue ball's gone straight to that long rail.
In the prior match, he was shooting almost a timbal break,
Yeah.
almost like a pop and stop.
I'm curious if he's mishitting it or he's doing that on purpose. Because that's like, he shoots too straight to do that on accident, I would feel. I mean,
Yeah.
I would give him the benefit of the doubt, but maybe he is hitting it bad. I'm not sure.
Well, and the best thing about the rack before, if Joe really wants to try and find the glass half full part of it, is that was Chris's break. So the serve hasn't changed.
Yeah.
If Joe can put that out of his mind and continue winning on his racks, he's going to win the match.
For sure. Just got a little bit weird. I think he wants to go 2, 6, 5, 7. Shoot the 8 in the lower right, but he didn't do himself any favors here. Like if you kill the 2 ball here with a little bit of left spin to hold it, play the 6 in the corner, go 2 rails for the 5 in the side, 7, 8 in the lower right or the lower left, depending on the angle you have on the 7. But it's easy to say from here, but that looks like the run out.
And his cue ball was a little rough at the end of that last rack. I think he may be worried about something like this, is rolling just too far.
Yeah.
And
It's so hard to play those type of shots because the cue ball just gets away from you on this table.
Yeah.
I remember I hit one in my first shootout match against Eric. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to play that shot anymore.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that'll get in your head. He obviously, his shape on the 8 ball was probably still dangling in his head.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was thinking to himself, oh man, I hope I don't run behind this 14. And he kind of willed it into fruition.
His pocket got stuck on that corner. I actually saw a guy one time, you guys are going to laugh. He was in a big money game. He was walking around the table and his pocket got caught on the corner and ripped his pants wide open. Yeah, he finished the match. He had a pair of shorts on, just ripped it right off.
I've
See his boxers and everything. It's pretty funny.
I saw a guy get a brand new glove out of a box, and he was so excited because it was a higher end glove. It was the first one that he'd had.
$25 glove.
It wasn't the action gloves back in the day that had full fingers. But he got it out. He put it on, and he breaks and he pulls back, and it ripped straight down the middle, all the way through his middle finger.
That's
and
so great.
I actually think it was in a tournament too. He had sent his wife to the car to go get it, and I want to say it was a little cheap tournament, but I want to say it was Hill, and he throws it on, breaks, rip, and he pulled his cue apart and went home. He's here.
I've heard the name.
He's
heard the name.
He's got a huge Southern accent. You probably heard him before you met him. A huge Southern accent. He's from Arkansas. Him and Skylar go golfing a lot. And I always give him a hard time for his golfing ability. He was talking about going to play actually, and they said there's a nice course around here. You said you went golfing somewhere around here, yeah? A couple days ago.
It was too warm. I just went to X Golf.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the simulator.
Yep. Yeah, just work on my swing a little bit. I think he might leave.
That's not something you see a whole lot normally is going behind a ball like that. It's a little risky, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming he wants to do 13-9 last and then play the 8 up in the corner where the 10 is. So.
Does it go? The 8 ball?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Because we've said balls haven't gone twice, and they did. So I'm just going to say it does.
I'll tell you what, the kick shot that Chris missed, I didn't think there was any way he could get to that ball
That's
cleanly.
one of the shots I'm talking about, yeah.
Pretty wild.
So, yeah, 13-9. So when he shoots the stop shot on the 13, he might want to pull it back a hair. That way he has a little bit of an angle going down towards the spot to give himself a little bit of room for that cue ball. If it doesn't go up, he'll get on the 9 to where he can bump the 3 a little bit, but you gotta get good on this though. You don't want to have an angle where your cue ball's close to the rail. Okay, you played that perfect. That was good. Some players will go 2 rails on that shot, and then you have a chance of having a back cut. So he played it to where he would never have a back cut.
I think our referee Darren is playing the fly swatter game.
Mm-hmm. Joe Pricne got that fly there. All right, this is what I meant. If it doesn't go,
just a little bump, yeah.
Yeah, if it didn't go, he played it this way on purpose, where he just pushed the 8 towards the side here.
No.
Oh wow, okay.
I thought he would bump the edge of the 3 and let it move
me
forward.
Too. Good shot. Great out, Chris.
Well,
great out.
Here it is. 4-4 and a race to 8. And we talked about that we didn't think this match was going to a shootout, but the one thing that we didn't really discuss is the possibility of the 15-second shot clock.
Okay, he still went to that cushion, though. This is driving me nuts. He's made a ball every time. And his cue ball's going towards the cushion. With the way I broke this tournament, that puts me on tilt.
Shane Thompson, I believe, has a similar break where he's breaking with a little bit of, I guess, just a little bit of bottom right, more of a stun right.
Yeah.
And he's popping it real hard, and he's trying to get center table.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if maybe Shane gave him a line on the break.
Maybe.
Because Shane was breaking really well. In that Hill match with Bergman, he broke really, really well. Have you played Shane Thompson at all?
Mm-mm. No. Great cue action, though.
Really nice guy, too.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that looks a little intimidating. Big guy. Looks super serious. He's a great guy.
Yeah. This out is pretty tough. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but it's tough. Like, yeah, there was just too much to do there.
Well, and So now this is an opportunity that Chris needs because he needs to steal the breaking advantage. He wins this rack. It's going to throw everything off tilt.
I think he wants to be aggressive and get the 2 out there, but he also wants to guarantee himself a shot afterwards. Wouldn't mind shooting the 3 if he can reach it pretty easily and feels like. I feel like if you hit the 3 or play the 3 and hit the 2 on the left side half ball and play it pretty firm, you'll have a shot on the 4 no matter what. Let's see what he does. See what he does. Unless he shoots the 3 now and goes in towards the 8 softly. So I'll give him a shot on the 2, and then you just don't want to hit it hard enough where the 8 moves in front of the corner for the 6.
Yeah, because the 6 ball is really what you want to line up on for the 8 ball. Yeah. I don't think the 8. He
might go 5, 6, 3. Yeah, so he's looking at shooting the 3, drawing into the 8 softly.
Chris is really good at letting us know exactly what he's going to do. So yeah, you're 100% right there.
He definitely commentates his own runouts, for sure.
Funny, when I do all that, it never works out for me.
So here's the thing: if you don't shoot the 6 right now, you're kind of gambling because the 8 could go in front of the corner. If you get weird on the 2, you're not going to be able to get position for the 6 in the lower right. I kind of like shooting the 6 now and drawing back to where he is, and then going after the 8 after he makes the 3. Let's see.
Well, he's still got that 2 ball.
That's what I mean. He got a little bit weird.
Still got the 2 ball here, and he's got the good angle to be able to just pull out. I think the 6 ball goes. He's going to take the 6 now.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a tidy shot. Stall it to the rail.
Good shot.
2 ball in. Don't go past the 13.
He'll go into the 10 on purpose, I think. Yeah. Good shot.
See, now I liked going towards the 13 just because I don't want to have to bridge.
Well, I think he's supposed to go into the 10 firmer and just.
Just move it out.
Yeah, just move it.
Because you definitely don't want a foul here because he can't see over the bridge.
Good shot.
Snuck out of that one because that could have been dangerous.
That was a great run out. I mean, I feel like Joe was up against it for sure from the start. So that was a really tough run out for him. But big break here.
Needs a ball down.
And I had a bunch of people message me this week saying, "Hey, why don't you break break head ball? You have such a good." That's why. That's why. It's a bad idea.
I had this discussion with Amy Beecham.
You'll go busted breaking head ball in this format.
Yeah, you leave the table open. Anybody over my ability has a huge chance of running out if you bust it all open.
Yeah.
The sideball break. If I'm playing somebody like you and I know I'm up against it and I'm the huge underdog, I'm never breaking head ball. I'll take my chances trying to bust everything out after I make a ball, but I'm never giving you the option to run out easily.
Now in New Orleans, the table was racking better, so that's why I broke head ball. But the table is not racking very well, which if there's a bunch of gaps, then breaking head ball is a bad idea. Chris just demonstrated it. Perfect. Sorry, Chris.
I don't think I've seen Chris break second ball too many times.
Let's see. Let's see what he wants to do. 4, 3, 7, 5. Go in. I don't like breaking out balls when I only have 2 balls left on the table, though.
Is he going to break it out here?
I don't think he can. I think he's going at the 13. I don't think you can. And even if you go at the 6 from this angle, you're going to double kiss the 6 and it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, and then possibly hook yourself.
Yeah, so I think he's going to use the 5 right here.
Okay, so he played that pretty well.
Yeah.
Trying to get to the 6 ball as quickly as possible. He just didn't really have great angles to do it.
You really don't want to. You want to leave balls on the table when you're going for a breakout, but I don't really like leaving the 7 because it's kind of in a weird spot. Like, okay, you break open the 6 here. You got to come back down for the 7 again.
Yeah. And with 7 other balls on the table, it makes it look really tough. But now here, he's he's spread out the middle of the table, so he's really only got to be careful about 1 or 2 balls, but he's still got the 6 to worry about.
Tell you what, that 7 ball might save him right now, though. He's about to go 3 rails with the cue ball and try to find that gap between the 8-10 to play the 7. Watch this. How's the speed? How's the speed? Perfect. If he gets out here, then he did the right thing by not shooting the 7. Even though he messed out the breakout with the 5, he did the right thing.
Rewind this video about 2 minutes, guys. You'll hear him. You'll hear Tyler say he shouldn't leave the 7.
Yeah.
Oh,
what a shot.
Well, and that'll be probably regarded as one of the best run-outs in this finals match. Everything from here forward has been really simple.
If he goes on to win, it was because of this rack right here. Because going down 6-4 would not have been nice for him, especially since this was Chris's break.
Yeah, he's stealing the advantage back, trying to get it back into line.
He's going to screw it back or stun out. Good shot. Very nice.
Oh, and it's going to be 5-5 once Joe makes the 8 ball, and we're going to be sitting at just under 16 minutes on the match clock. So race to 3, worst case scenario, we're looking at 5 games, 2.5 minutes apiece. Unless we get into a crazy rack, I don't think we're going to see the time really come into play. But the shot clock is just on the verge of being involved. She did take cue ball outside the kitchen on a scratch, so there was a little bit of a... So Amy Beecham was in commentary with me, and she looked at me and she goes, I think this is my fault because I threw the cue ball off the table earlier, and I told her it was anywhere, which that is the rule.
That is the rule.
However, it's different for just a scratch.
Yeah, so for you guys that don't know, if you jump the cue ball off the table, it's a bigger penalty. The cue ball in hand anywhere for your opponent. If you only scratch, then it's behind the line.
Yeah, so that one got her and cost her a rack. And then the other issue that she had was simply moving a ball as she was, she shot the 8 ball, cue ball still moving. She sent the balls down table, so it was a loss of rack. So really, I mean, and hats off to Scott Price because he has the hardest job in the world.
It's a lose-lose situation for him.
Yeah, but you know, the rules are the rules, and he did it very, very well, and he explained the situation. And although she's disappointed with the outcome, I think next time it's going to stick in her head, and she'll be prepared.
Yeah, SVB did that to me when I was a kid.
Oh.
He beat me 15-2 in a $2,000 entry fee tournament, and he was waiting. He was on the edge of his chair waiting for me to shoot that ball. And as soon as I hit the cue ball, foul. I was just like, oh, no. So, Shane, thanks a lot. Appreciate it, man.
That's brutal. And a nice cleanup there by Chris. He's still holding that advantage. Huge game there. And we're getting to the point where the swings are what's going to be the decider for this. So 6-5, 14 minutes left on the clock. That was a very quick rack. That was an interesting break.
You hit that really nice. Really nice.
The 15 and the 4 are tied up. The 10 and the 2, they're makeable, but just a kind of a weird rack where everything went kind of to the center of the table. Do you like the solids?
Yeah, but
there's a lot of work to be done.
Well, the 4 is the work, so I'm not sure. I think he's just going to stun into the 4 right now, or the 15. Uh-oh, does the 4 go in the corner? It does.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to just shoot this in the bottom left-hand corner.
Shane is definitely sweating the match. Shane Thompson.
Yeah, Shane Thompson behind the Chris Melling course. Those guys, very good friends. Shane would have loved to have been in a match with Chris to be in the finals. He would have taken Justin Bergman's spot had he beat Justin Bergman and played in the semifinals against Chris, but it wasn't meant to be. So I think he joked about it. I think he's waiting on his 20% because I believe Chris is using one of his shafts. He told me, he said the going rate's got to be 20%. So
the banter between those guys is just hilarious. Oh my goodness, we were listening to him earlier. They're nonstop, just jabs at each other all night long.
yeah, Chris and Shane both love to give, and I'll tell you what, Scott Price is top notch too when it comes to the banter.
Very nice.
Yeah, and
Very nice.
you feel like Chris has really got firm control of this situation now.
For sure.
Joe Pricne really looked great in the opening couple of racks, played somewhat flawless.
3 rounds for these guys is no problem. So especially when you have 2 out of 3 breaks. So I'm not going to count Joe out yet.
Watch the cue ball.
Oh,
That's dry.
man, he's going to be sick about that. Stripes
Yeah.
look pretty easy.
His reaction there, you could tell that
Yeah, you can put a wrap on this match, everybody.
and the 15 ball, the way it just sat up, it's that,
He looked at going to the 7 here, but I would just no chance I'm going to the 7 here.
I like this.
You just shoot a soft screw shot. Play the 13 in the lower left, play the 14 next. Like, don't even mess with the 7. You're just asking for trouble. And that's what he's doing.
I think he's listening to you.
Oh, okay.
Well.
Okay, he could miss a 7. Oh, this is kind of funny, though. That's how I wanted to draw it. I think he was trying to hold for the 12.
That's tough trying to hold that ball because,
Yeah.
like you said, the bed of the table is fast.
If you just draw it towards the 2, nothing bad can really happen.
Well, are we going to see a Chris Melling run out?
He's going to have
Because
to shoot the 9 now. 9 bump into the 1 with the cue ball. The 1's going to hold the cue ball for the 11. So if he makes this, it's over. Can't imagine him shooting the 13 here. No way.
that's what he keeps looking at.
No, you got to play the 9.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's going to do that. He knows that's the shot.
Bump the 1. Everything's wide open.
Oh,
What?
got a terrible bump here.
Ooh.
Well, it's not over, though, because he's still got the 13 in the corner.
What did we just say? Things get crazy towards the end?
So what are you thinking here? 13 in the corner. You'll have the 12 in this corner, not necessarily in this order.
13, 12, 10, 11, 8.
10 here,
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
in the lower left.
10 lower left. And then-
Or he's going to go across for the 11, then play the 10 in the upper right. He might play the 10 last. Just depends on where. He's going to play shape for both balls here, and whichever one he has the better look at. So now, yeah, you definitely have to play the 10 here. 'Cause you have no angle.
the 15-second shot clock did just come into play, but it's too little too late, I believe.
Think Chris cares about a 15-second shot clock?
Hey, it's got him a couple times. If the match were different and maybe it were 6-6 instead of 7-5, but it's not. Chris Melling, the magician, is going to win the Kansas City Open Championship. What a match that was. Hats off to Joe Pricne, who really played well throughout the tournament. We are going to have a trophy presentation. But Tyler Sire, thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad you had a good time here in Kansas City, and I cannot wait for the next Ultimate Pool USA event.
Your Ultimate Pool USA Open champion for the 2nd time in a row is the magician, Chris Melling.